Yeah, I literally I haven't packed or anything whatsoever. I told Cameron, I'm like, we're gonna have to leave a little bit later because I have not done anything. But it's fine.
Is he just working a half day?
Yeah, because he doesn't have to take PTO if he works part of the day.
Really? That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's a not bad deal. Does he get decent PTO?
I mean, yeah, I think so. It's just that we're always using it.
I know.
But in the scheme of jobs, I think so, yeah.
You're like, oh.
Yeah, but there's none left currently. Zero days.
Is that also why you're not really going to travel for the holidays?
Yeah, he couldn't. He had to come after work on Friday, and then he left after the funeral on Sunday. Worked on Monday.
I don't miss that. Those things, hearing things like this reminds me to be so grateful for the position I'm in.
I know. It really does. I felt so bad for him. And then he had to leave at lunch to go drive an hour to pick up the dogs and then drop them off and bathe them and then go back to work. And then he's still working out. I'm like, geez.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad he has the energy and the stamina for all that. Because
I know.
Same.
I want some.
Makes me tired
of the energy.
I know.
But your makeup looks really pretty and glowy today.
Thank you.
I like it.
I just am using Youth for the People, serum and cream, and then Ilia drops.
What drops?
Whatever, tinted sunscreen, whatever.
It's Super Serum Skin Tint?
I have no idea.
And that's all? You're not wearing any foundation?
Just that, yeah.
This?
Uh-huh.
This is what I wear.
I put it on with my fingers instead of a brush.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
It looks great. That's very impressive.
Thank you. I had a weird issue because I was traveling so much and my skin could not figure out how to regulate the hydration.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like I'm back in hydration mode.
Yeah, same. Whenever I go to Arizona, it's immediately dry. So dry.
Yeah. Well, I think mine was going from dry to humid to dry again with Austin. And then I don't know.
Okay, welcome back to another episode of So Glad We're Friends. I'm Maggie.
I'm Devin.
I'm Brittany.
Oh my god, wait. No, you say first.
Feel like you say your name weird?
Oh yeah, every single time. I hate
saying my name. I say my name weird?
Do you just, when you tell people your name, feel like you don't know how to pronounce it or something?
Yeah. I'm like, why is it? You ever get that with certain words too? Where you're yeah. I don't know. I'm like, is that how you say that? Is that a real word? And then
when you have to say the same word over and over again, and then you're like, wait, I said that so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, names especially. Have you seen when people are trying to decide what to name their kid, they start using that when they're ordering food or I don't know, other situations where you'd give your name.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little smart.
Joe does that randomly, just gives different names. I'm like, why did you do that? I feel like it's something his dad did.
That's so funny. I mean, it's kind of a thing of why not? There's literally no reason to give your actual name, but that's funny.
My grandma does that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What's your grandma's name?
Barb.
Is it because you don't want people to know your name?
I don't know why. She thinks it's funny or something.
I know. I can't decide.
They don't even know.
Yeah.
I want to be Tracy today or something,
That is kind of fun.
I think sometimes it's because sometimes you give different your last name, people don't get it right or whatever, and so maybe that's where he got it from.
Yeah,
because you know how you used to give your last name for your reservation, or they'd call your last name.
Oh yes, or some people they mess up your first name a lot. If you have
nobody knows how to spell my name.
Understand. Do they spell? How do they spell it?
It's always different. I-N. Sometimes it'll be A-N. It's rarely with an O.
Yeah. Yesterday when I was telling that LTK girl your handle, she put in DEVIN, and I was like, oh, it's O.
That's scary. It's how many people have made that mistake and then just can never find the handle.
I know. I think IN is on some kind of like important document or something. I can't remember what it is, but
of yours,
your birth certificate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your passport.
It's like on like my LTK registry or something. It's not LTK, but it's something like that. Like, and I can't change it.
That's kind of weird.
I know,
because probably someone just like put it in incorrectly.
Mm-hmm.
Do people ever say Devon?
Yeah, remember I said that my mom's friend calls me Devon.
Yeah.
You have never corrected her.
No.
I think maybe your mom should do that.
I know.
Maybe
Or
your mom needs to make the correction.
it's kind of funny though, because it could just be like an alter ego. Like when you're around her. I'm
do
Devon.
not like that name. It's like the worst name.
It definitely does not fit you.
No.
Sorry to all the Devons out there listening.
It just sounds pretentious. It like doesn't feel like.
Wasn't that the
cool
boy's name in That's So Raven? The boy that like Raven had a crush on. I'm pretty sure his name was Devon.
It is so
Probably,
impressive to me that you remember that.
Well, I don't know if that's factual. I could be just even totally making that up.
Anything about That's So Raven. That was like so freaking long ago.
Oh my god. Have you watched the Wizards of Waverly Place reboot?
No.
It's actually so cute.
Is it on Disney Plus?
Yeah, and Selena Gomez, she's only in the first episode. Yes, his name was Devon Carter. Wow. I'm so good. Okay. Yeah, Selena Gomez is in the first episode, and it's actually so cute. Like, it's about like Justin has his whole family now, and it's like about his family, and he's like the main one in it. But Selena Gomez is in the first episode.
Do his kids have magic powers?
They don't know about magic yet, and so they find out in the first episode.
Because he didn't get the powers, because she won the powers, right?
Yeah, I also rewatched that. It was so weird. It was like the stupidest thing. It was like she was about to win, and Justin's foot got stuck in this like tree, and so she ran back to help him, and then he ended up crossing first or something. But then but he told I don't really remember how it ends. I think he like confessed, and then she ended up getting the powers.
I just like don't remember any of this plot.
That's so funny.
It's
but
funny
Wizard of Waverly Place,
I
think I only watched it like when I was babysitting kids, because I think I was
That's
like, Disney
valid
Channel.
Because like I had siblings that were 8 and 10 years younger than me, so I watched Disney Channel a lot longer.
Yeah.
Like when I was really like 12, I was watching like Roly Poly Oly and Bear in the Big Blue House and stuff because I had babies.
But I really liked it. Like as far as like shows go, like when we would sit down and we were like watching some TV, I was like, hey, like let's put on Wizards of Waverly Place. Like it was a good show to watch versus like some of the other stuff.
And it was after Hannah Montana and Zach and Cody and stuff, right? Yeah,
I think it was a long time after, like at least in my mind on my timeline.
Like, something weird about
you think that 2 years is a long time when you're that age.
Yeah, that's what's weird.
Came out like 2 years.
A lot of them don't have a lot of seasons. Like they're just a few seasons, and it's like, wait, what? Like and that we would like just years and years.
We would watch the same episodes over and over again.
I guess that must have been the case because that makes no sense. Like
I remember like
for years
turning it on. That's the only channel I would watch. Just sitting there all weekend watching reruns because there's nothing else on.
There's 290. That was the Disney Channel on my.
Can you still get?
Oh yeah, before
on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
We actually just watched that a few months ago.
You did not.
Yeah, like as a bedtime show. They're really funny. Like all of them have a lot of adult humor that like you didn't recognize as a child.
I think I said this before, but I remember my dad being like, "Oh, you laughed at like an adult joke, like you're growing up," and I'm like,
"That's so funny." Yes, the memories that stick with you.
Like, sure am growing up. Like I'm an adult now.
You're like, ooh.
Like 14 years old. I think I'm just like the hottest thing ever.
I love that our entire generation calls the driving thing a Prindle.
I know.
Like we all know that reference. Prindle.
I don't remember that.
Park, reverse, neutral, drive, Prindle.
That's so funny.
You don't remember
London Tipton?
In London Tipton?
No.
She called it the Prindle. We all call it the Prindle now.
That's really so funny.
But yeah, it is like the same of my siblings being 8 and 11 years older. It's like I made them. We still talk about this. I made them memorize every single Camp Rock song, and we like did a performance for my parents, like of every song, and the High School Musical too.
That's so cute. Yeah, I remember I remember the night that High School Musical premiered on a Friday night, and everyone at school, even like I was a freshman maybe, and everybody was like, oh yeah, like a new Disney Channel original movie's on tonight. Like
that is so crazy. I remember it like so. And my mom, before it came out, she called it. She was like, this is gonna be like the new Grease. Like she was like, I can tell that this is gonna be a huge movie. And it was. It was so crazy.
She was right. What else has she predicted?
Probably everything. She's right about everything in life. And when the third one came out in the movie theaters, that was so cool too. Like to actually go.
I don't think I saw that one. That's when
because you would have been a junior, senior probably by that point.
Yeah. Do you know?
You would have been a junior, senior in college.
Yeah, because I was
how long did they space
freshman or sophomore when the first one came out?
Oh, in college?
Yeah, because I was in high school when high school.
No, in high school when the first one.
There's no way. I was in like second grade.
Yeah, you're a baby.
I'm Googling.
That's what I mean.
2006. I was a freshman.
I was literally in first grade.
No, high school.
When the second one came out.
When the first one came out. Yeah, when the first one came out. 2006.
Okay, yes, that makes a lot more sense.
And then the second one came out when? Wasn't it like 20?
I'm going to guess 2008.
2007, then 2008. So
because that was when
I was a junior when the last one came out.
Wow, so they did year after year, knocked them out back to back. That's crazy.
Yeah. Makes sense, though.
When can you look up when Camp Rock came out?
Because that Camp Rock was like past my like.
It was.
I definitely didn't watch that. Yeah,
but I was still in high school because when I was 2008. Yeah, so I was going into my junior year because I remember I went with my friends to see the Jonas Brothers and Demi Lovato was opening for them, and I was in high school. It's crazy how it seems like this all spanned over a really long time frame, and it was all just like in the same
like 4 years
year. That's crazy.
That is really crazy.
I think I had like transitioned to like ABC.
ABC like, Family.
Oh my god, or Secret ABC. Life of American Teenager.
Like I started watching Grey's Anatomy and like
all
of like the Private Practice, like all of those shows.
I went ABC Family, ABC Secret Life. What were the other ones?
What was that gymnastics one? Make It or Break It or something?
Yeah. Wait,
I loved that show.
And then I rewatched like One Tree Hill, Gossip Girl. All of those ones that like my sister watched when she was older.
Oh yeah, Gossip Girl, so good. Do you guys remember that show with Amanda Bynes? What I Like About You.
I loved that show.
Me too.
I did
much. Oh my god,
on Nickelodeon.
I don't know what it was even on.
I think it was on ABC.
I would DVR
Family.
It. Yeah.
Oh my god, it was so good. That boy was so cute.
Yes.
Oh my god, wait,
I agree.
Oh my
god,
I
loved
need to look
them.
This up.
I did love Lizzie McGuire for forever.
Yeah.
That
only had 2 seasons too.
I know, but that's one that
is
like it went
crazy.
On for forever. I feel like I must have. You know what's kind of funny though? I don't think I watched any of the Disney Channel's episodes as like appointment TV. So I was just like watching them like whenever they were on TV. And so it was never like a sequential thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think
same.
ours like
I don't know. That's why I had no
like
idea how many
so
seasons.
Yeah. Because they were, but I guess also the seasons back then were like 24 episodes or more, right?
Honestly,
yeah, I think they were long. I also remember when Sweet Life on Deck ended, and Victoria was over at my house, and we were both like bawling our eyes out, like when the series ended, and like London calls Mr. Mosby again at the end, and she's like, "I miss you already" or something. We were both bawling. This guy is so hot. His name's Nick Zano.
Yes,
and
I loved him.
I don't know. I only see these old pictures. I don't know.
I loved that couple.
Oh yes.
Did he ever do
He was
anything?
like kind of dumb.
Oh my god, yeah.
He
What was he in? He was in like a Prince movie, wasn't he?
He does look like a prince. Final
Wait, let me
Destination. Oh, he was in Two Broke Girls too.
Wait, he was one of the hottest guys ever.
Oh, and then like it
Cougar
played
Town.
What I Like About You as the theme song too.
Yeah.
So it was like so high.
Yeah, I love that. He
Oh,
was
maybe
in
Happy Endings is
90210.
what I remember him from.
Did you guys watch the newer 90210?
Yes, loved it.
That show makes me have a hard time liking Sarah Foster.
Really?
Yeah.
She was,
What is she
she
like?
was
She's
a
a
villain.
bitch,
She was a
yeah.
huge bitch, and so like her face to me just looks like a bitch.
Who
like,
is she?
just 'cause-
Naomi's sister?
Oh, yeah, the older sister.
Yeah. I also used to
Wait,
love
are
the
you
name
sure it's
Naomi.
not Aaron that's in it?
Is Aaron the one who wrote?
Yeah.
No, yeah, it was Sarah. Pretty sure.
Wait, then what was Aaron in? Because Aaron was in something with Adam
the
Brody.
show with Adam Brody. What the fuck? What is that called? No.
Oh, the OC.
Yes.
The OC.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. I'm getting them confused.
I haven't gotten to the part with her yet. I'm like almost done with season 1, but she's not in it yet.
Isn't she just like an extra or something? Or does she have a line?
In the OC?
Yeah.
I think she literally has like 2 lines.
Oh, okay. Maybe
Yeah,
I missed
it's
her,
nothing
so.
crazy. But that's why it was so funny because like she was like, oh yeah, like people were like mentioning, oh yeah, you were like in the OC with Adam Brody, and she's like, please don't bring that up. Like that's not anything to take credit for.
Yeah, I don't want to be remembered by that.
Yeah.
That's so funny. We watched My Old Ass last night. And
oh my god,
it was so good.
I know.
Oh my god, I was bawling my eyes out. And then Cameron was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "No, I'm not well." It was so cute.
Yeah, my brother actually watched it, and him and Peyton were talking about it, and he's like, "That was so sad," and it was so cute because he's like, "Well, I don't want to spoil it."
I know.
He said to Peyton, "Imagine if you got to do that," and he was like getting all choked up, and I was like, "Oh God."
Like I can't. I was like imagining like, oh, if I got to hug 20-year-old Cameron again. And
yeah,
like,
I know. Even
oh my god, I was bawling.
I do think about that sometimes, like just like healing your inner child kind of thing.
Yeah,
like,
even I wish I could talk to my 18-year-old self.
Yeah,
even like just.
And then the part at the end where she's like in the boat and she's like watching her brother, like just observing her whole family and everything. I'm like, oh my god, that's so.
Oh, it's so good.
It was so like nostalgic, and that girl was such a great actress.
Yeah,
the young one,
very funny.
She looks like JoJo, kind of, doesn't she?
Wait,
like JoJo Siwa.
I think it's that girl that's kind of like been in everything recently.
I think she looks.
She got another big part in something recently. I think. Oh, maybe Maud Apatow is like directing a movie.
She's directing? I didn't know that.
And I think that girl got hired to be in the movie.
Is it Maisie Stella? Is Elliot?
Yes.
I have no idea.
Wait, okay, here's the lore on, not like lore, but I just like, this is part of my ABC like thing. So she was like one of the little girls in Nashville. Did you guys ever watch that show on ABC?
No, but it's not her Hayden Panettiere.
Her and her sister, yeah, Hayden Panettiere is like the main actress. She and her sister are like a gorgeous like singing duo. They're Lennon and Stella.
Wait, in real life? Oh, that's cool.
In real life, Lennon and Stella is like their stage name together. I think her sister does a little bit. Like Lennon is the older one. But
yeah, her thing says singer and actress.
But her voice is like so unique and amazing and beautiful, and like I
can't handle when girls are good at everything like that.
I know.
Yeah.
I get so jealous.
And the Justin Bieber part was so funny.
Oh my god, I know. I love that.
That's
it's
so
like
cool.
the one sneaky movie of the year that was like the best movie.
But I'm wondering, did it not do very well? Like, because I feel like
I just think that a lot of people didn't know what it was about.
Yeah.
See it. Like it wasn't heavily promoted like a mainstream, I need to promote it more.
Advertised in theaters.
Yeah, me too. And I like Aubrey Plaza, so I just knew about it because I was watching what she's doing.
But unless you're like consistently going to theaters, then you don't see a lot of the previews.
Isn't it kind of interesting, like the different press circuits each show has, like how much press that they do, like because for like what is it called? Nobody Wants This. They were already successful and like re-signed a show, but they're still doing a ton of press and like what's another show recently where like
Wicked's doing a shit ton.
Yeah, but that's a little more expected, I feel like. Just the level, but
see, that's like I mean
still the scale movie. Of it
is
kind of insane because of like just how many billboards and
that's interesting. Like I wonder how much of budget goes towards that.
Yeah.
And then are they just paying each company? Because it seems like the company would almost be paying them to get the interviews, but I guess not. Like if like ET's like wants to do a press junket.
Maybe it's a little bit of both, but like they probably have to have like a huge press team.
Yeah.
That's like running it. So maybe they have budget to pay the press team, and then the press team is going out and getting all of the interviews and everything secured.
Interesting.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, it's free on Amazon Prime now if anybody would like to watch.
Oh, really? Okay. That's good. You probably said that last time, but I just didn't remember.
No, I think it just like came out in the last few days. I have to like for free.
The Joker 2, I really want to watch when it comes out.
The Lady Gaga one.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a musical. I don't know.
I know. Joe was like,
I might like it more. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know how I'm gonna like it. Yeah, but I just kind of like.
It's not like.
Curious.
Wait, did you see musical.
It? Yeah.
When?
In theaters?
Like the day before it came out.
What? Like you get invited to the premiere?
I went on a Thursday afternoon showing.
Oh. Okay, describe it.
Okay. It's not like crazy like The Greatest Showman type of musical.
Okay,
it's like kind of like a low key musical.
Is there a lot of like talking still? Like they don't kind of like start talking and then break into song?
Or no. Okay. No, and it's not like where like the storyline is furthered with the musical. If that makes sense. Yeah. Like there will randomly be, and it kind of seems like they decided to do that because the Joker's in prison the whole time. So like the only way to transport him into any other situations is to like bring in this like musical fantasy element.
Interesting. Okay. I feel like knowing that ahead of time will like make it better for me to watch.
I've never seen any of the Joker movies. Like any of them.
The first one is
I think it's good to like go through the whole like Batman lore, like to see like all of like so the whole franchise.
Like, who do you? I don't even know.
I think you'd probably have to like look up online to see like which ones, but like there's certain movies in the DC universe that you should like watch together because then it all makes sense. Because I was kind of confused about all the Batmans. I'm like, okay, how do you have like each Batman? But they're like different worlds,
like Spider-Man. Kind of, because Spider-Man's really the only other like superhero where it's different people playing him in like different
time frames,
lines and whatnot.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
So, but I forget like which one the Joker fits into.
I don't think it fits into any of them.
Oh,
I think the Joaquin Phoenix Joker is a separate thing because it's just about the Joker's backstory. And, like, there's no mention of Batman or anything.
Is there a Batman where there's a Joker?
Yes. The one with Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Okay. So probably
and
that.
The older ones, but the most recent one.
Okay.
With
for some
Christian
reason thought
Bale.
There was something. But I think the new Batman that's supposed to come out is that one's following, like, Penguin. Like, the timeline. Like, Penguin's... I think it's Robert Pattinson's Batman is like with the Penguin. So like that's kind of like one. Maybe it's not.
That's maybe the only one I remember. There's an old Penguin one, right? That's the only one I ever remember watching.
I did not know.
I don't even remember who the Batman was, but I remember there was like a Poison Ivy one.
Yeah. I feel like she's like in that same one. I don't know. DC always just feels way more serious and like
I
don't know. I'm not always
dark
for action-y. And like physically dark too. I like don't love a movie where like I can't actually see it. And
I know those are the ones you have to like watch in the basement.
Yeah.
Wait, there's one though in the DC universe. I think it's the Flash that I really freaking like. Actually,
Is that
like
the newer one? Is that Zachary Levi as the Flash?
I think that is new.
Who is Zachary?
I always loved the Flash from Daddy
Ezra
Daycare,
Miller.
the little boy who would. Oh, Ezra Miller's in it. I thought he got canceled. I used to love him from Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Maybe it was also Shazam that I really liked, but Flash, I really liked Flash.
Yeah, Shazam.
I didn't think I was gonna like it, but that's with like Ben Affleck as Batman.
Oh yeah, I can't keep up with all the freaking Batmans.
So he's in the Flash.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. This is very confusing. Makes sense.
I really like it though.
Okay, should we read some holiday stories?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for submitting your holiday stories, guys. Make sure you follow us on Instagram because we post links to Google Docs where you can fill in your story. Okay, I'll go first, I guess. This is more of a fun fact. In both 2019 and 2022, I was a balloon handler in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. What the fuck?
So cool.
That is so cool. My uncle worked for the Macy's studio helping to design and build the parade floats for over 30 years. So that's how I was able to sign up. That is so cool. I think it has to be some kind of personal connection, and I believe there's also a lottery system for Macy's employees. Interesting. The first time I held Paw Patrol, and the second time I held Leo, that newish animated lizard movie with Adam Sandler. It's such a magical way to spend Thanksgiving morning. Seeing all the little kids' excited and amazed faces as you're walking the route truly makes me tear up to this day thinking about it. They give you a cute costume to match the balloon, and everyone also has to say certain themed chants during this route to hype up the crowd. Totally worth getting up at 3 a.m. and freezing my butt off for hours in the chilly New York weather.
I love that. Cool. I feel like it's one of those fun things that like you don't always realize. You're like, oh, people do this. Like, you like watch the parade, but then you're like, oh, like somebody else is like actually doing like all of the details of the parade.
Yeah, it's like another life that I wish I could live. Like, I don't know if this person lives in New York City or whatever, but that would be so cool.
Yeah.
That's interesting to know that you have to have a personal connection or that there's a lottery system with Macy's employees. I didn't even think about it being Macy's employees for some reason. That is so cute. That's definitely like the Thanksgiving parade is like one of my main childhood memories of Thanksgiving. Like every year waking up and turning it on. It's so cozy.
Yeah, I miss the times like when I lived with my mom and I'd wake up and she'd already be up and all the windows are open and the doors open and she has the parade on and like it's the best feeling that you'll never get back.
Was it on so early for you guys?
Yeah,
like
I feel like 8 or 9 or something.
Yeah,
I
slept in back then, but
and then the dog show right after.
Yes, I love that. Always root for the corgi. The corgi did win the first year that I had Willow. The Pembroke Welsh corgi won best in show.
That's exciting. I wonder.
Yeah, it was a sign.
You had some influence there.
Yeah.
The next one is one for you to tell. The next story is one for you to tell, Maggie.
Oh. Okay. Wait. Okay, yeah. I think Cameron's mom said this. She said, have Cameron tell you the story of the bat that flew into our house during our sit-down Thanksgiving dinner and the chaos that ensued. It ended with Brendan cheering, "This is what I always hope for, something straight out of a John Candy movie." And she said, I know this was supposed to be anonymous, but that's so funny. But I texted him and I said, what is the holiday bat story your mom submitted to the podcast? And he said, literally no clue. Probably something notable, but my childhood memories were fried somewhere along the way. Actually super sad when I think about it. Like there's no remaining childhood memories.
And you can't even remember the traumatic bat incident?
You would really think that would be memorable.
It's so interesting to me. Like I do know people that are like that where they just have like their memory is so bad with like everything else. But I like remember so many things from childhood.
Well, it's weird too because he has like a photographic memory. Like if we drive somewhere, he never needs directions to that place again. Like if he goes there once, or like in school, or like reading and memorizing things, he can memorize it right away. So it's like, how can you look at a piece of paper and memorize the entire thing, but also forget your entire childhood?
Actual experiences that you
Well,
lived.
it sounds like a funny story.
Bats scare me because apparently they can bite you without you like even noticing.
They actually, one just bit my stepbrother, my stepdad's son, while he's a mailman also. They're both mailman. And one went into the truck and like almost bit him, and he had to get treated for rabies because they didn't know if the bat had rabies or not.
Yeah.
Bats carry rabies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they can bite you without you even knowing. So it's like,
did you guys see that internet famous squirrel got put down?
Wait, what?
Why?
There's this apparently internet famous squirrel named Peanut, and this guy has like, he's kept the squirrel for like 7+ years in his house and like takes care of him, and he also has a raccoon, and he has like other animals, and apparently it's like an animal sanctuary, but who knows, he's not following the rules properly, so people reported him, and animal control came to take away the animals, and while they were taking the squirrel bit one of them, and apparently the only way to like test for rabies is by decapitating it and like looking into its brain. So they had to kill the squirrel to see if it had rabies. And so like the whole internet is like very upset about this.
That's insane.
Hell?
Kill.
That makes me so sad, especially because he was living his best life.
I didn't know they lived so long. Like he's just living with this guy for like 7 years. That's so crazy.
That is so fucked up.
Yeah, that's very
sad. Like why don't you just treat the person for rabies?
Exactly. Like why do we need to for sure find out? Like
yeah. And I don't understand how like the man could be forced into turning the squirrel over. Like,
yeah, I mean, I guess it's like the chimp crazy type thing. Like if you don't have the proper permits and whatnot. I don't know. Apparently a lot of people keep squirrels. Like apparently that's kind of a common thing. Like if people find injured squirrels in their yard and stuff, they'll just like take them in.
I don't know. Raccoons are really cute, but I'm not sure about.
And I think they killed the raccoon too. I'm not 100% sure because I heard one podcast say that they didn't, and then I heard one podcast say that they did kill the raccoon. So I'm not sure what is the truth.
I hate this.
Wow. Fuck that.
Okay. My parents were having their annual holiday party a few years ago when suddenly there was a loud crash from the dining room. It was strange because nobody was in that room at the time. It was also strange because just one column of shelves and dishes in the china cabinet broke. After the crash, my sister asked if anyone checked on the cats. Their cats were very old at this time, I think almost 22, so they kept them in the basement since they were kind of gross looking at that point. Turns out the female cat had died. We think her spirit rose from the basement, which is directly below the dining room. We also think she cursed us on the way out because my dad, my brother, and I all got sick the next morning, so my mom had to bury her by herself in the yard. I never really believed in ghosts until then. The male cat died not long after, and my dad swears he saw his spirit rise through the house the night he died as well.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
Also, it kind of like makes sense because of like, cats are always like knocking shit over.
Yeah,
and, like,
that's so
like
true.
mail, like everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, of course, the cat would like leave and just break all of the dishes on the way out.
That's so funny. That's really true. 22 is so crazy.
I know. What is the average age of cats?
Oh, like 20s.
Seriously?
Yeah, my sister had a cat like growing up that her godmother had, and I think he lived till like 23 or something.
Yeah, unless like one big issue with cats is they don't get enough water, and so their kidneys start failing. And
Do you have to force them to drink water?
You're supposed to feed them wet food.
Oh, I have seen this one recently.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just give kibble, so then they don't know that.
Lucky for me, Charlie loves water. He will sit there and drink. Every time I refill the water bowl up with water, he comes running, and so I think he's
cute.
good. But yeah.
Okay, so they do drink water separately, even if you don't give them wet food.
Yeah. Well, Ted doesn't really ever drink water, so.
Weird.
Who
That's so
knows?
interesting. Do they drink milk?
They will. Yeah. I
Like in
remember
cartoons,
one
how
of
you-
my cats used
I
to
know.
sit there when I ate cereal and wait for me to be done so she could drink the milk.
That's adorable.
Isn't that what
Yeah.
Cinderella like would give the cats?
I
I
feel
think
like that's
so.
in something. Oh, and
Yeah.
oh my god, Aristocrats.
Oh my
yeah,
God, yes.
That was so cute.
I forgot.
That
I
looked
loved
so
that little
good.
girly one. The
Me
little girly
too.
cat.
Oh my God, I loved that movie.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm going to try reading this from my phone like Brittany did. See if that helps.
You got
I
this.
just can't. I'm like constantly back and forth on these episodes, and I was like, I just need to read it from my phone instead.
Yeah. Okay. My great uncle decided one year to bring his highly untrained Jack Russell that does not frequently get bathed, flea treated, heartworm meds to my grandma's house on Christmas because a couple of other people bring their older, very well behaved dogs. My whole family are generally dog lovers, and these other dogs visit enough that they are very easy to have there. Jack, the Jack Russell, is not well-mannered, bugs the crap out of the other dogs, and proceeds to yell and jump all over the house and everyone there. Fast forward to my granddaddy telling him he can't be there because he is absolutely unruly and my uncle hasn't trained him, so he listens to no one. My uncle brings the dog out to the truck before unceremoniously telling, "Fuck all y'all," as his Christmas goodbye. We all still do holidays together, but Jack is not welcome.
So fair.
But Jack
I feel
is
like
not welcome.
people are so sensitive about their dogs. Me, mainly talking about myself. Because
People are, yeah.
people. My mom's dog, I don't know why, just like does not like Rosie, and Rosie does not like her dog.
Wait, what
But, like,
kind of dog is
obviously,
it?
It's like a mutt. Like, I think she has some sort of, she definitely has a herding breed in her, like maybe some cattle dog or something.
Like
So,
similar
like,
size as Rosie.
yeah, similar size as Rosie, but she's a little bit older, and she just like the way she plays, Rosie like hates. Like, I've never heard Rosie like growl at another dog or like react to another dog, and she like both of them just react at each other. And like my mom's dog wants to play, but like Rosie hates the way she plays. And like
Interesting.
she's fine playing with German shepherds, which are like very much herding dogs, but I don't know, for some reason this dog, like, they don't get along. So it's just like so stressful and uncomfortable because I'm like, leash your dog up. Like, I'm not having them like be around each other.
Yeah, that's hard.
I feel
But-
like the like dog drama is always the drama at my family get-togethers because we're all so obsessed with our dogs.
Uh-huh.
And none of them can get along, and it stresses everybody out. Like,
no, it's like so stressful.
it sucks too.
That is a lot. I feel like all of my family dogs get along like pretty well together. What do you like? My parents' dog, he just hides in the room the whole time, and then all the rest of the dogs will run around. But they're all very different, like ages, and a lot of them are old, like 12, 14. There's like two 14-year-olds, a 16-year-old. Like,
holy shit.
So maybe they're just chilling.
Yeah, they're like, I can't be bothered. But it's like funny because Rosie is pretty good at adapting to like dogs' play styles or like environments. Like, my dad got one of my sister's dogs that she adopted trained, and now it's like his dog basically. And he doesn't really like to play that much. And so Rosie, of course, like tried to play like one or two times and then realized, no, like he doesn't want to play. And so they just ignored each other basically the whole time. So
it's a problem when dogs don't understand social cues. Just like with humans, there are dogs that don't get it and won't leave the other dogs alone. Like, so that's always a problem.
That'd be funny if like at bars and stuff there was like separate sections the same way that there are like dog parks and stuff. Like, it's like, okay, if you want to be on this side, you really want to talk, or you like to dance.
What do they call the sides? It's not aggressive dogs, but it's like it's like the passive dog side and the aggressive dog side, kind of like the dogs that want to play over here and the dogs that are older and just want to do their own thing on this side.
Yeah, because it doesn't always matter like small or large at all.
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay, my estranged aunt and her daughter were invited to Thanksgiving one year because we planned a small gathering over the weekend for my grandmother's passing away earlier that year. The gathering was planned for Saturday after Thanksgiving. They came to Thanksgiving dinner and then went to their Airbnb. Friday, we received a phone call that one was in jail because the two had a domestic dispute on their drive home. Only one made it to the gathering on Saturday.
I cannot imagine that.
Not a domestic dispute. On the drive.
Yeah, what? Like, what happened?
And then who calls the police?
Yeah, did they get into an accident or something? Like,
that's insane.
That's so interesting. Estranged family is like so interesting to me. I'm like, oh, so what is like the definition of estranged? You just don't really speak to them?
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, and like, why are those family members always so fucking weird? Everybody has
They're
weird...
estranged for a reason, probably.
Yeah. My nephew was recovering from the stomach flu when we all got together for Thanksgiving. 24 hours later, we were all violently ill. I came down with it while at the bar with my friends. We are all still traumatized, and it was several years ago. That would be awful to go out for Blackout Wednesday and realize you have the flu.
Ugh, that's horrible. I've always had that fantasy of like in movies where you go back to your hometown and like you run into all your high school friends like at the bar afterwards. Like that doesn't happen in real life. I don't think.
No, that does. That was like one of my favorite things. Like especially
really?
like yeah, like right after graduating, like the first like 3 or 4 years after. It was so fun. It was like so special. Like everyone just like got drinks together and like it was just like huge like family fun reunion to
family.
See
oh, that is fun.
Not family, but just like I don't know. It just felt cozy and like special.
Okay, this is another life that I wish I could live. Is living in a small town like Stars Hollow where everybody knows everyone. So like you all during Christmas have that bar that everybody's at.
Yeah,
because like I feel like in my area, there's just like no bar that everybody would be at.
Yeah.
Unless you went to Tempe ASU, then I guess maybe there's like that college bar or something. But
yeah, but then all the college kids leave for like to go back home for holidays.
Yeah, but it's more likely that maybe you'd run into like your old college buddies at that bar on Blackout Wednesday or something. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah, it really has to be a town where there's like only 1 or 2 bars.
Yeah.
I guess like since I grew up in a college town, maybe that's like I don't know, because we would just go to our college bars like at Thanksgiving, but everybody from like high school and everything would also be there.
That's so cool. Yeah. Maybe I'll end up moving to Flagstaff and raise a family there. That's like a small town.
Yeah, that would be really cute.
I guess I did that for Thanksgiving in 2019 or something when we went, and there was
Tucson's kind of small. It's a college town.
Yeah, like there's university is all the bars on that. I guess it's just having not enough friends.
Yeah. The more friends you have, the more chances you're going to run into one of them on the day before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Which, like, is your dad like that? Like, my dad is like everywhere we go, he runs into somebody. Like, we were at Best Buy and he ran into somebody. We were at Hooters, he ran into somebody. Like, every single place we go.
That's crazy.
It was funny, like, when I was younger because my mom was literally a gynecologist. And so, like, all the time she'd run into her patients and they love her and they'd always stop and talk to her, but like the rest of the family's like, she sees your vagina. Really and you're seeing her in public
so
being like,
funny.
oh my god, Christy. Yeah. My dad is the type to ignore people in public.
I feel like Joe is like that in Chicago because a lot of people were like from his high school ended up in Chicago.
I feel like your dad would be like that, Britt. I don't know. That seems like his personality.
Yeah.
Be like friendly to strangers.
Yeah, he is like, he went through a phase where I feel like he wasn't, and now he is, for sure.
I hope I go through one of those phases. I know. Is that? Yeah, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Okay. The stockings were hung with care on the fireplace mantle. Christmas morning, my dad turned on the fireplace. My sisters and I came downstairs to melted chocolate in our stockings.
They did not coordinate with Santa.
That's a funny mistake.
That's pretty funny. That's another thing. I always wanted a real fireplace, and then I got a real fireplace here, and we got rid of it.
I really want to buy this like a movable mantle fireplace thing.
Movable? What does that mean?
It's like it's a piece of furniture, but it has a fake fireplace in it.
But
yes,
it's
so
I've been seeing
pretty
those.
looking. Yeah. And they actually sell it at Pottery Barn, but you can buy it from the direct seller for half the price.
Oh my God, get one. You should do that before Christmas.
I know. It's like,
would you put it on
over
the wall with your
$1,000, but
TV?
yeah, I'd put it underneath my TV.
It's over $1,000?
Yeah.
Even half off?
Mm-hmm. At Pottery Barn, it's like $2,400.
I think I saw cheaper ones, but they were smaller. I don't know if it's like maybe that one.
Oh, it looks
That
real.
is kind of nice though for like having a mantle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it'd be so cozy. It's just a big purchase, so I haven't done it yet.
I didn't know they did that.
But be warned, don't put chocolate near it.
That is so funny thinking about like our parents setting everything up and whatnot on Christmas Eve.
I know. You know what my mom like does almost every year is she loses a present. And so then
just like it disappears.
Completely. And like still to this day hasn't found some of them. And like really we'll be almost done opening and she'd be like, also I got you this, but I can't find it anywhere.
What the heck? Where would it be?
I have no idea.
That's so funny.
That's really funny.
I was telling Cam the other day, I was like, we need to ask my mom, like, before we have kids and stuff, like, exactly how she did everything. Because we'd also do, like, reindeer. Like, I'd sprinkle these oats for the reindeer in the front yard. And then it would be gone, but there'd also be, like, glitter and stuff. And I'm like, wait, how did she do that? And Cameron was like, I think she just sprinkled glitter. Like, I don't think it's actually that hard of something to do. But I was like, I need to get all this information from my mom.
That would be so fucking annoying to
clean up
oats on the ground.
Well, then I don't know, like, did she clean them up or did the wind, maybe it's just windy or something?
Maybe
like,
she
I don't know how they
vacuum.
disappear.
I know, I was like, I think I would go for a vacuum or like a blower, but you'd have to be quiet about that.
Yes.
Yeah. That's actually really hard. It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
How exciting, though, to think about.
It is so exciting.
Okay, another Jack Russell story.
Oh, God.
I guess these are not the dogs yet.
Is it my turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The family dog, Jack Russell, growing up, jumped onto my expensive dresser, passed out in the family, and got out all the Ghirardelli chocolate. He's sure lucky he didn't have to go to the vet. That's crazy. I think that happens in every single family at one point.
Yeah. I agree.
That's so scary.
I was about 19 years old. We had a Christmas party at our house with family on my mom's side. It was fun. We played games. We laughed. We really had a great time during the night. I was drinking alcohol and drank a bit of everything: wine, beer, shooters, cocktails. At some point in the night, I was playing beer pong with my brother, my cousin, and my parents and I really had to pee. So I went to the bathroom, and it's at this moment that it hits me that I was so drunk. You know the feeling when you look at yourself in the bathroom when you're at a party? Yep, that was me. Yep. So I peed, and I remember I felt so dizzy that I could fall asleep on the toilet, but I felt a bit dizzy too. I think I got up and flushed the toilet and puked a bit, not 100% sure. Remember, I was playing beer pong with my family, and I was gone for a long time at this point. I remember that I woke up a little because my father broke down the locked bathroom door as I was not answering, and he found me lying on the floor next to the toilet.
Oh my God.
Pants were unzipped with my belt hanging on for its life. I was passed out drunk on the floor, and on top of that, my whole family was at the door frame looking at me. So embarrassing. After taking a nice photo of me, my father carried me to my bedroom for the rest of the night. I'm reminded of this moment every Christmas, and it's been 10 years already. Since that moment, I never mixed alcohol drinks again. So
had to get a pic. You had to take a picture.
Yeah, that's a story that's like circulated like every family gathering, probably not even just at Christmas, but like, hey, remember that one time you got so fucked up you like passed out in the bathroom? And
every time someone new comes over, they're like, hey, guess what, you haven't heard this story?
Yeah,
I've been that person
Run it
at
back.
my dad's wedding, like not the night of the wedding, but like the next day or something. We were playing, well, my uncle owned a bar at the time, so he got kegs, but of like higher percentage alcohol beer.
Oh,
like
scary.
And so we were playing like beer games with this beer that was like probably 6 or 7% and not freaking 2 or 3%. And we were playing that game where you stack the cups on top of each other, and I kept getting stacked and having to drink. And then later I was in the bathroom puking and crying. I wanted my mom. My mom wasn't there, obviously, because I was with my dad. My dad didn't know what to do for me, and I was like, I don't want Dad. Get out of here. I want my mom. Like, it was terrible, and I never want to be in that position ever again.
Jeez, just from beer too? That's so crazy. I bet it's like so much liquid too.
I was also on a very strong antibiotic because I had a cat bite. So I think that was why.
I do think that
Didn't I tell you about my roommate's cat bit me?
No, and you also, I'm like, I didn't know that your uncle owned a bar, I don't think.
Yeah, he did. He
Which
sold
uncle?
it recently. My dad's brother.
He sold it recently?
Yeah.
Was it not doing very well, or like just current time?
He's like retiring, basically.
That is so cool. That would be so fun if someone in my family owned a bar.
Yeah, it was really cool. Fun Boise moments, going to Mark's bar.
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
What a universal experience walking into a bathroom alone and looking in the mirror and realizing how drunk you are.
I hate that.
And you're
We're like trying to sit on the toilet.
Not a good feeling.
Hate it. I got broken up with at Disney World in 2019, the day after meeting her extended family for Thanksgiving while camping at Fort Wilderness. Is that like a Disney World campsite?
Sounds like it. That's interesting.
She knew she wanted to break up with me, but still thought I should come down. We all didn't leave until Sunday, and she and I were sharing an inflatable mattress. So there for 2 days sharing an inflatable mattress when you're broken up with. Why would you not wait until the trip was over to break up?
Also, did she tell her family, or like did they like fake that they were still together the rest of the trip?
Oh, that could be a good plot.
They faked it, but that would be awful. That's a Hallmark movie, though.
That is crazy. This happened to one of my sister's friends, where like one of them broke up. They were like driving to Disneyland or something, and one of them like broke up with each other, and then they had to do the whole trip and drive and everything.
Yeah, why wouldn't you just wait or do it before? I mean, and disinvite them. Like, that sounds so miserable, being on a trip with someone that you don't like anymore.
And why would you want them to meet your whole extended family?
For real.
If you knew that you were going to break up with them, like, that's awkward too. Like, here, everyone meet this person that I know that I'm going to break up with tomorrow.
That is crazy.
Wow. Okay, last one. Hi, y'all are amazing. Love you ladies to death. Speaking of death.
Thank you. Oh, God.
Love you too, though. I'm not sure this is holiday adjacent, but let's get into it. I have an estranged half-brother. Lots of estranged and lots of Jack Russells in these. I have an estranged half-brother, and when my dad passed away 5 years ago, he came to his funeral. My mom was, of course, distraught, and my brother was running his mouth per usual and said, I don't know why she's acting so upset. She cheated on him. I brushed it off thinking it was just him talking his normal nonsense bullshit, but I came to find out a year later my mom actually had an affair on my dad, and I found out at his funeral. It's really hard because I'm not able to address it with him. I lived 30 years of my life clueless about it, but I have a therapist to unpack that with. LOL. Anyways, thanks for all the riveting content. I hope you have a group trip someday. I'd sign up.
Yes.
Oh my God. That is
another
horrible.
plot for a...
Very much so.
Drama. Oh, that really does suck.
Especially not knowing, like, I'm sure she found out now, but like when the affair was and everything, like how much, because she lived 30 years clueless. Oh my God.
And then not being able to talk to your parent about it because he's dead. I feel like that was literally a plot of a movie.
I was just seeing that, like, I'm imagining like a funeral scene.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
But I can't think of what movie that is.
Fuck.
That's so hard. Do you think parents should tell kids if there's cheating and you decide to stay together? Like, does that go back to how we were talking about a few weeks ago of like when you get into a fight, also showing your kid the resolution of it?
I don't know. know. I mean, it's like they're going to find out one day.
Yeah.
And if you find out 20 years down the road, it's going to be like you're going to inflate it in your head for maybe something that it wasn't.
Yeah, like I feel like it would need to be age appropriate, obviously. Like maybe let's not tell a 7-year-old, but like I think it is smart as a parent to tell them from you age appropriately.
And not in a way that's like, by the way, your father's cheating on me, so he might be your favorite, but he shouldn't be, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
I feel like
you're gonna find out
from like a semi-healed place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Maybe from the cheater, I think it maybe has to come from.
Yeah, like I made it could be like a life lesson, like if your kid makes a mistake and then you're like, I made a really big mistake once and I regret it and your mother took me back.
Yeah, because
I assume the cheater is the dad.
Mm-hmm. I'll talk about it on Patreon, but in my family we're talking about that and stuff of like, what do you want to know from your parents versus like feeling better about just not knowing sort of thing. Yeah, it's interesting.
I feel like I would want to know everything.
Me too.
Maybe I don't.
I don't know.
But I also assume my parents didn't really do anything terrible. So,
well, that's the thing, is that we think of our parents as like unhuman.
I don't really, but I still think of them as good people.
All right, well, we're gonna keep talking over on our Patreon, so make sure you go sign up, patreon.com/sogladwerefriends. Make sure you follow our Instagram, our TikTok, subscribe to our YouTube channel, listen to Brittany messing with her microphone.
Sorry, can you hear that?
Yes.
Do we have more episodes?
Fidgety.
Do we have what?
More episodes this year?
Yeah.
Okay.
The 3rd of December.
Okay, one more episode.
I think so. Or maybe it's 2. I forget.
Okay.
But yeah. Okay, we'll see you next week. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.